Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's time to talk about episode 19 from wonderful PreCure, Cure Lillian's birth with a very beautiful transformation. I loved it. My reaction is here on the channel if you'd like to check out. So to start, I have to say I loved the start of this episode showing us little Mayu because it showed that Mayu is not only scared of social situations like we've seen in the show countless times, she is scared of other things as well. She is scared of lots of things. And this is something that she does not like about herself. This is something that she has shown in that first scene that bothers her a lot. And it is also shown that Yuki calms her down. Yuki makes Mayu feel at ease. And this is important because we are continuing from an episode that they had a quarrel and they did not talk things through. So Yuki is not at home. Yuki did not return home. And we see Mayu sad and a little desperate. I really loved the transition of the scenes. We see Mayu and Yuki, little Mayu and Yuki together in bed. And then the scene moves on to another scene of Mayu alone in her bed now. The hair all messed up. Things are messed up because she is not with Yuki. Yuki isn't there with her. And so we see Yuki on top of the roof. She is there looking, and we see Yuki's feelings about this. She says that she is ready to do what she has to do to protect Mayu, even if Mayu hates her. So she was affected by what Mayu said last week, but now she is ready to do what it takes to keep on being Mayu's protector. And then on the next day, we see wonderful Friendy, or Kugi and Iroha and Satoru. We have some funny scenes with some sayings related to animals. Some interesting things about that. The first one I feel like is that it's nice to see Komugi and Iroha looking after searching for the garugaru, because this is their mission. This is what they have to do. So they're trying to do what they have to. So it was nice seeing that. And it was also interesting that saying that the rat will attack a cat if it's cornered, something like that, because it means something for the garugaru of the situation. And we see that garugaru is there, and it gets powered up by that creature, that mysterious creature that appears sometimes. And that creature seems to be watching what's going on because they know that someone was fighting the garugaru and hurt the garugaru. So they used that as a boost, as a motivation for the garugaru to fight. Parallel to that, we have Mayu helping her mom at the store. And her mom was talking about how the pact that Mayu has created has sold out very fast, and it's a super popular item. It is very popular in Sumire's mind because Mayu put her heart and soul into it, thinking about Yuki, who is her cat and that she loves so much. Mayu does not want to accept that because in Mayu's mind, she hurt Yuki. And now Yuki hates her. Like, the lack of communication really destroyed their relationship. But the thing is, right now, Mayu does not believe in the good that she does to others. Because the main source of comfort for her is gone. And she thinks it's because of her. And then Mayu's mom brings a bracelet that she did when she was a child and started talking more about Mayu. Mayu is someone who loves creating things, especially like manual things, and she loves knitting and sewing. And it was shown in this episode, tiny Mayu using a Lillian. That was very, very nice. And what Mayu's mom said connects to Mayu's personality a lot. What she creates, she does not keep to herself. She gives to others. And that's what Mayu does in general. She's so kind that she shares what she has, what she receives to other people. So this is a very important part of Mayu's personality that right now she lost. She cannot see that by herself. So it's interesting that her mom really brought it again to her. And when Mayu said that right now Yuki must hate her, her mom looked at her and said, but this makes you want to actually talk to Yuki, right? And then she just left. Yeah. I love Sumire so much because, she just planted this seed on Mayu's mind. And then she left. And now it is time for another very interesting scene that was Iroha and Komugi talking to Yuki. So Yuki is there on top of the tree and she's there. She does not want to talk. She does not want to communicate. And Iroha notices that she is there because she is looking at Mayu from afar. She is paying attention and protecting Mayu from afar. That's what she wants to do. And she doesn't want to help the garugarus. She does not want to help the animals. Komugi gets angry at her. It was kind of cute. But the thing is that they both notice how sad Yuki was for not being able to communicate properly with Mayu. Komugi, I really liked that dialogue because when Komugi looked at her and said, I could not stand not being able to talk to Iroha, to talk things through to Iroha. They went through that. And the other thing that I feel intense about this is that Komugi is trying to help with the weapons that she has, with the experiences that she's gone through. She's just a dog, but in this one thing, she knows about because she's been through that. So I like that. But Yuki obviously would not listen to them. She was just, she just moved her ears a little bit because she was paying attention because she knew that they were saying things that she agrees with, but she cannot really say anything about it because, she just cares about Mayu. She doesn't really care about the others in this sense. And then we have the garugaru appearing. Wonderful and Friendly go. And it's very nice that they look at Yuki and say, we're going. Go talk to Mayu. Like, let us handle it while you talk to Mayu. For you right now, that's what the most important thing is. And so they go, they transform, and it's very funny how they transform and Friendly isn't able to connect, as she says in her phrase, because the garugaru just runs away. Because what the garugaru was after was actually Kurinyami. Obviously, Yuki does not want to talk. I mean, she wants to talk to Mayu, but it's easier. Sometimes it's easier to fight than to talk. That's so real. And then that's what she does. She transforms into Kurinyami and she goes after the garugaru because the garugaru was close. And when she arrives, the garugaru was waiting for her. She notices it. She sees a branch and she stomps on the branch. Like, oh my God, that scene was so cool. But then Wonderful and Friendly arrive. I love that shade that Kurinyami threw at them. Like, you can't beat this garugaru. And then she was like, well, I can't. You did not purify. You did not do your job last time. I loved it. It was amazing. I love Kurinyami so much. But the garugaru had a new power, which was shrink them. And they were shrunk. They were super tiny, super small. And look, this was really cool because when he hit the cures, he did not hit Kurinyami because, Nyami is smarter in terms of like fights. So she did not get hit by that first attack. And then she tried to fight, but she couldn't. And this is why sometimes I talk about the writing in the action scenes. This was a smart move, a smart way of writing because we could not have Wonderful and Friendly around at this moment. We just had to have Kurinyami. How could they work with the situation, taking Wonderful and Friendly away? I think this time it was a very smart way of writing the situation. Very, very good. But then Kiranyami was trying to fight. She couldn't. She was very small. And then Mayu heard the garugaru. She ran away from her house because she knew Yuki was in danger, because Yuki was going to fight. And she went there. When she arrived, she didn't see anything. She started screaming, and the garugaru was going to attack her. But, Nyami jumped in to protect, ended up hit. And then Mayu saw tiny Nyami. And it was very cute, with her in her hands like that. And then they were finally able to have a heartfelt conversation. The conversation only ended after the fight, or the chase, whatever. But it was very nice the way it went before, because both of them were able to open their hearts. Mayu was able to open her heart that Yuki is very important for her, and she would do anything to have Yuki by her side. And then Yuki says, no, that's actually me. I love this. That's actually me. I feel that way because you saved me. But both of them saved each other. That's very simple. But, they only see, like, Mayu only sees what Yuki did for her, and Yuki only sees what Mayu did for her. But they're all doing things for each other. They don't notice that, and they don't value that. And now it is time for them to open their eyes and see that both of them are doing the same thing for each other. Mayu should be proud of doing the things that she's doing for Yuki. And Yuki should be proud of the things that she's doing for Mayu. And then they get to a situation in which Mayu is cornered with tiny Yuki in her hands, and she is ready to do everything she has or she can to protect little Yuki. And that's when her wish of protecting Yuki resonates with the mirror stone, and a new Shiny Cats pact is born. And together with it, Cure Lillian arrives. I love that scene before Mayu transforms, that Kiranyami tried to reach out her hand to the pact. It's like, don't do it. I'm enough to protect you. But she did it anyways, and she became the glorious Cure Lillian. What a beautiful transformation that was. My jaw dropped. And then I love how she got Nyami into Satoru's hands, like, protect your Nyami. And then she went after the garugaru. Cure Lillian has the same train of thought than Wonderful and Friendly, so she does not fight the garugaru directly like Nyami does. And so she ran away. She was very smart in calling the attention of the garugaru. And she was able to use acrobatics in a very divalicious way. Oh my God, what a diva she was in those scenes. I loved it. It was really, really pretty. Girl, what the hell? But, ultimately, that was it. In terms of, like, cool shots from Lillian, that was it. I still have problems with the chase scenes. This episode was no different, apart from those moments that were really glorious. Apart from that, it was just it. Cure Lillian was really able to talk things through and protect the garugaru. She was able to use Lillian net. And I love how the power goes off from her hand. It's like plant-based powers. Very cool. It's very unfortunate that they have powers in a season that, powers are just for shields and, protection like this. But yeah, she protected it, and we had a green hug to save the garugaru. And then she did save the hamster, the Kirin hamster. Very adorable, by the way. And then we had the girls taking it back to Nico Garden, and we finally have the last conversation between Yuki and Mayu. Look, that last scene was really the highlight of the episode to me. When Cure Lillian looked at Kiranyami was by herself, and we see the leaves flying, and then when a leaf passes by in front of the camera, she's already Yuki in her human form. With that soundtrack that sounded a lot like a 90s anime soundtrack. Girl, it was so good. And then Yuki was finally able to share her feelings. She wants to be with Mayu. Yes, she wants to protect Mayu, but that's not enough for her. She loves Mayu so much. So for her, the biggest happiness would be to stay by Mayu's side. And that's what she did. I just loved it. It was so incredible. And, obviously, Mayu accepts it. Mayu wants Yuki by her side. And so she hugs Yuki. She accepts Yuki. And, she just hugs her. Yuki cries a lot. And then, obviously, she turns into a cat, just, enjoying a little bit of time in Mayu's lap. Very cute. Obviously, they still have some things that they have to figure out. They don't see eye to eye when it comes to being cures and, doing the things that they want to do. Yuki still has lots of things to deal with Iroha and Komugi, but, they will get there. So far, let's just let them have their moment with each other and accept each other back. It was super, super beautiful. I loved it. Anyways, episode 19 was amazing. Next week, we are going to have the Amity Ribbon Tambourine. I am so excited to see Yuki's and Mayu's attack or purification move. I don't know. All I know is that I want to see it. Super excited. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I'm going to take this a little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. Thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.